Yeah, hi, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA today with Anthony Drilich. How are you, brother?
How's it going, Toby? You're glad to be back?
Yeah, bro, it's good to see you again, man. Coming off a nice victory at your last Eternal fight, which was on February the 22nd against the Scotsman Bryan Hyslop. How do you feel after that fight?
Yeah, I feel good. Not too injured, so I'm happy with that and get back into training. So, yeah.
Yeah, it must feel good to come off the Contender, feeling a bit deflated perhaps, and then get a nice win, notch up a nice win in the Eternal fight.
Yeah, it was good. You know, win or lose, I try to get back into it straight away. Try not to drag it out or anything like that. And so yeah, got back into training. You know, got stuck back into it, and yeah, just one fight in front of the other. And yeah, I was able to get back onto the Eternal, and yeah, put another good win in. So yeah, on to the next, really.
So what you'd really be hoping for is continue with some dominant victories, right, to put you back instead to jump into one of these big organizations, right?
Yeah, that's it. I try not to overthink. I leave that to management and coaches and all that. So, you know, I just do my part and go in there and try to put a good show on and try to get these wins going. So, yeah, don't I keep it pretty simple.
Right back in October, I think it was October 8th, you fought Sean Gauci in the Contender. How was the feeling overall for the whole experience?
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, obviously first time in Vegas and you know going to the UFC and going to what was it, the Apex Center? So Apex Center, can't the yeah. So yeah, going there, all new experiences for me, and it gave me the taste of it. So yeah, I loved it, and I want to be back. So yeah, here I am.
Yeah, man, like the fight itself was a nice like technical fight. I know the commentators were commenting on that it was a nice technical fight showing your guys' range of skills. But I guess from the view of someone like Dana White who's looking for exciting fights and I don't know, hard out bloodbaths or whatever, maybe wasn't quite what they wanted. What did you think of the fight?
I'll have to watch it back. You know, like it's one of those. You can have your days where you didn't feel you're doing like the best, or I thought I could have done a lot more, but it's behind me now. It is what it is. You know, you're not always going to go into a fight and just fight spectacularly and look awesome and get your arm raised and all that. So it's a part of it. That's fighting for you. So win or lose, yeah, it is what it is.
Did you think you won the fight out of interest?
I'm gonna have to watch it back again. Like, I've just like read and heard from like obviously commentators, like won the first round and things like that. You know, um, I felt like, if I can recall, like, I didn't feel like I got too messed up or he was just like blitzing me and, throwing me around the cage or anything like that. I felt pretty good. But yeah, I've got to watch it back and see what happened.
Yeah, man. When I think it was in the third round, they flashed up like a tally of the strikes, and your strikes were far outweighing his. They did mention that they felt that Sean was landing the stronger shots, but that your count of strikes was a lot higher. So, like Bisping actually said, he wouldn't want to be a judge scoring this one. So it was a super tight fight.
Yeah, yeah. It's just one of those. Yeah, yeah. There's fighting, so you're not always going to do your best, and yeah, I just got to keep at it and improve and see what I've done wrong or what I could have done better, and just go from there.
So what's the focus, man? When you're training at Scrappy as well, still as DCA as well.
Yeah, so yeah, training at Scrappy every morning.
Yeah,
In the afternoons, I'll coach as well as train at our DCA.
yeah.
So yeah, it keeps me busy and yeah, keeps me onto it.
And what's the focus, man, about you said keeping improving? What sort of things do you do to make sure that you've got that improvement that you can take into the next one?
Everything really, like obviously you can go from nutrition to like strength and conditioning to just all around skill and working on things that maybe you need to get better on. It could be just like off the cage, or working to get up. It could be a lot of I'm always trying to improve on everything, even the things I might think I'm like really good at. I'm always trying to get better. Especially in this sport, you're never gonna be perfect in everything. So it's such, as you already know, it's mixed martial arts. So yeah, every day I'm learning and getting better. So every day I'm just trying to trying to pick up the next step and and just improve on something, even if it's just like the tiniest little thing. Trying to get better at it, and go from there.
Right, jumping back to that Bryan Hyslop fight, was there anything that you were able to implement then that you'd been working on in training?
Couple of well, for Bryan, we had a fair idea. Obviously it was a late notice fight, and what he was gonna a late notice fight for him and myself. I think we only had like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that, for the matchup. So obviously there's only so many things we could, practice just for him. But I think I would have to say maybe like defense. Obviously I knew he was going to come in and try to like put me out, and just like he's going to swing hard, and which he did. He tried to come in and try to put me out. So I would say like defense and keep my hands up and just trying not to take full shots from him, especially that early in the round when he's full of energy and and he's got that adrenaline going through him. So yeah, defense and using my feet as best as I can. It's a little harder than someone like Bryan because he just blitzes on you. It's not like he just steadily walks at you. So yeah, trying to cut angles on the guy. Trying not to like just stay in his path, things like that. Yeah.
Yeah, man, you're a pretty measured fighter. That it kind of showed in that fight. Are you, some of the CKB guys, they kind of use that first round just to like, analyze their opponent, get reads on them. And do you feel yourself in the same sort of way that you spend that first round kind of getting reads on the opponent before you go to work?
Yeah, like every fight, it's always going to be a bit different, But for this fight, yeah, I felt like the first round, I needed to get my timing in, get my feet behind me and, size them up and kind of, get my timing and everything like that going. So yeah, after first, I'm trying to figure him out, and especially a guy like, you can only prepare so much in 3 weeks for a guy like that, So yeah, trying to measure him out a bit more on the first, and not just try to like fight fire with fire and go in there and try to like just throw hands with them. It wouldn't be the brightest idea with a guy like that, especially dude's ball of muscle, and he came to full throw down with me. So I try not to play like the idiot and just run in there and just for entertainment. I'm just gonna swing and throw down the first and see what happens. I was gonna try to move and get my timing and get my bearings behind me and try to like pick them apart and find my opportunities. Obviously in the first round he just came at me and I couldn't do a whole lot yet, So I spent that first round like that, just taking my time and trying to figure him out. Then the second round went and off I went and tried to do my thing.
So second round, that you smashed him with a few big punches, which kind of led to his demise, ended up in a choke. That was that calculated that you wanted to then take it up a notch in the second and smash him?
Yeah, like after the first round was done, I sat in the stool and I was like, I feel great. Obviously it didn't look spectacular for me or anything, but I felt good. I felt like now's the time. I've just got Ben Vickers in my ear, like, all right, now you got to put the punches out and you got to start like picking the pace up. And I was like, all right, sweet. That's what that's what I felt like was at the right time. I felt good then, and hopped off that stool and I was like, all right, let's pick this up and let's start trying to get these punches and strikes on this guy, or trying to try to get on him, whether it's takedowns or whatnot, and start doing my thing, and it worked out. So happy days.
Nice, man. So yeah, it was a great performance, man. How did you celebrate the fight, bro?
With a few drinks.
You normally drink on the night?
It's all different, but obviously I'm not much of a drinker, so to celebrate, you gotta have a couple of beers and enjoy it with your friends, So yeah, it's just something I did that night, and it was a good time. So yeah, it was a good celebration.
How does it feel like now that you're like the main event? You kind of like it's all over after you're there. So when you're in the lower ranks, you can have a drink and go watch the fights, and that it must be a bit of a different thing, right? You got to go out somewhere.
Yeah, it's a bittersweet thing, like you're happy you won and you're the main event and everything. You're like, sweet, this is awesome. And you try to go to the bar and they're like, no, we're shut off, like everything's closed. So there's no real celebrating and enjoying the crowd and all that, or enjoying the fights after you fight. It's literally you get backstage, try to find a shower if there's one, and get yourself ready to leave. Really, get kicked out. So yeah, I'm happy, but I got to leave at the same time. So it is what it is. I'd rather just the victory. So
Yeah, it's a shame you don't get that opportunity to go and like connect with the people that are watching and that as much as in the past. Probably when you're in, like I said, you're in the lower ranks, you can go out and get familiar with everyone that's there to see you.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, by the time it's the end of the night and you're the main event, half the people are already gone. So it's like, you get there and you're like, oh yeah, it's you don't get the full, I guess, the liveness of being there with all the crowd and all that. But obviously you can hear them from backstage and all the roars and yells and screams and all that. So, but yeah, it is what it is. I'm just happy to win.
So that versus like fighting in Perth, home crowd versus fighting in Vegas, what does it compare? Like, how does it compare the two?
Well, just going to Vegas was awesome. Just that alone, everyone knows Vegas. But obviously, there was no crowd. There were just a few people there. So I think like WA's got and like just Eternal Perth's got some of the best crowds I've ever seen. Lively, cheering and everything else that goes along with it. Such a large crowd and everyone's happy to be there. So both different experiences. It's great to it's like the UFC and everything else that goes along with it. But like the crowd itself, being a WA boy and having a WA crowd, the majority of them being WA crowd, it's a great experience like that.
Yeah, man. I watched one show over there. A few of the guys fighting from Perth. It was good to like you said. It was good support for the home boys. So
Yeah.
nice lively crowd. Good work. And I got the chance back then too to go to DCA Drilich Combat Academy and have a role with some of your guys. Unfortunately, you weren't there, but
I missed that
cool.
out. I know.
Yeah, it was fun though. Nice group, man. You got a good vibe going there.
Yeah, we've got a good, great crew here. It's like, yeah, we instill we try to instill the good things, what I mean, and respect and all that. So, as we speak right now, I'm overlooking a handful of our students rolling out in the background. So, I'm always happy to be here. And WA is my home. These people these students are my people. They look after us and we look after them. So yeah, it's a great place to be, and I wouldn't change anything.
And that team, like you've got your own team at DCA and the guys at Scrappy. How much role does that play in your like success so far, bro? The people around you.
Oh, massive role. Even just finishing my last fight in Perth, I had all my students and friends and family just waiting out the back for me. And I'm there, backstage taking my time and dragging everything out. You got to fill out paperwork and check the doctor and you go and find your clothes and change, and by the time you're done with everything, you get out of the actual stage. It's hours later, and they're out there waiting for me. So like you can't ask for anything else really. How amazing is that? Got a whole crew of people waiting for you and supporting you, whether you win or lose. That's such a great thing to have.
Yeah, for sure, man. So last two questions, bro. What's next in your career? What's your sort of short-term goals?
Goal is just to keep fighting. Hopefully you'll see again. I've got no real plans. I've got to wait on management and coaches and all that and sort everything out. But yeah, I'm always keen for the UFC. That's the main goal. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep at it, keep training. Keep improving, keep upskilling, and just stay ready, and just hopefully get my chance again. Yeah.
In the meantime, bro, someone's got your belt. You don't have that "I want my belt back" sort of feeling, bro.
Whatever. Obviously I had to vacate it, and if that's the next thing, then yeah, sure, I want my belt back. But for now, I'm just taking one day at a time and just gonna see what happens, and yeah, go from there. See what the future holds for me.
Yeah. How many fights would you like to have in the year, bro, if you could choose?
How many more fights
in this year?
Well, that's my first fight. At least another couple. Another couple would be nice. Yeah. Obviously, you got to do the whole camp and everything. But yeah, maybe like 2 or 3 would be nice if I can get that in.
And how do you envision the next few years, bro?
Um, Running a successful gym, being a successful fighter, getting my arm raised, getting some awesome victories. Hopefully, devastating fashion, maybe a couple big knockouts, a couple big submissions, something like that. That'd be nice. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, I think it's pretty likely. I'm pretty likely you're going to crack a few people with that left hand, bro. Put them to sleep.
That's the plan.
Yeah, nice. All right, Anthony, thanks for your time, man.
Thanks for having me, Toby.
Appreciate it, and looking forward to your success in 2025 and onwards.
Yeah. Thank you.
Cool.